Let's go straight into the discussion tonight, right? And tonight we were talking about implantation bleeding. Now, this spotting, right? It starts with lovely B. Thank you very much. Street character. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you seriously. So this spotting, it starts with 2 drops, right? It's not a period. It's not even enough to be qualified as a heavy stain, right? Just a spot on the tissue paper, and instantly what goes on in your mind is a quick race of your mind. You don't think, is it the period that is about to start? Is it could this be implantation? Am I pregnant? Is it something wrong? Right? Your mind is all over the place because you saw this stain. You don't understand what to call it. This is where confusion begins, right? Because spotting sits in a strange place, right? It's too little for you to feel like it's menstruation, and it is too noticeable for you to ignore. So I cannot ignore this, and this is not menstruation. What is this? Right? Right? Some will say spotting means implantation. Some people will say so. Others will say any bleeding at all is bad. When you make those kind of statements, you're just oversimplifying the gist, right? And that is why I'm here tonight for you. So we're going to do it differently. We're going to look at it differently. We're going to open up the biology behind this spotting and implantation, step by step as usual, and we'll look at the process itself, so that the next time you'll know what spotting is, what implantation bleeding is, and you're good to go. Is that okay? The reason why this discussion tonight is important is because once you understand the mechanism, right, the fear will reduce. The fear will reduce. You can now handle this confusion on your own. That is so. Who is ready for the discussion tonight? Please, if you are here, I will need you to share the live stream. Share it to as many people, especially women, more so those that are trying to conceive. As much as possible you can do. Share it. Why? Because it's not only going to be beneficial to them, they would certainly get the results. So you share the live, tap on your screen, give other people opportunity to learn. You're going through it now, okay, relax. We're going to learn, right? So today I'm not going to be shouting. My testosterone levels is low tonight, so I will not shout. I will not shout because testosterone level is low. But but be sure that you're going to learn something, right? Well, let us start from the beginning, as usual. Because if you don't understand the foundation of a thing, you're definitely going to be missing the details. Because for you to understand implantation bleeding, we have to go backward first, then we'll go forward. Is that okay? We'll go back to how a cycle begins, which we've done 1 million times already in this live stream. We'll look at how ovulation happens, right? Would we do those details? But again, just the abridged version, right? A cycle begins, ovulation happens, one egg is released, somewhere in the fallopian tube, sperm meets the egg, right? That is where everything is normal, right? Sperm meets the egg, fertilization occurs right there in the fallopian tube, and at this point, pregnancy has technically, that is where the egg and the sperm meets. Technically, we can say biological life has begun. Pregnancy has begun technically at that point, right? But not clinically. Don't worry, you understand why, and you understand the difference. Because fertilization alone is not enough. It's not enough for fertilization to occur. Right? I know we want fertilization to occur, but it's not enough, right? After fertilization, growth needs to begin, because the embryo still has a journey, right? It has a journey. So there's so much. For those who have been here, you've learned some of these things, but we will give a little light to those who have not been here. So if you are seeing me for the first time, you want to follow me, and make sure you tap on your screen. That's the most important currency here right now. Now, this is a silent journey nobody feels, right? After fertilization, the embryo, now when fertilization takes place, it's no longer egg and sperm. No, that combination is now an embryo. Is that okay? Now, the embryo begins to divide from 1 cell, 2 cells, 4 cells, 8 cells, 16 cells. Right? Comprehend? Now, while that division is happening, it is also traveling slowly towards the uterus. In fact, that period, we call it implantation window. Right? We call it the implantation window. Is that Martha? Martha is here. Hello, Martha. So, and this implantation window takes several days for it to happen. So, as fertilization takes place and the division is happening, right? It takes some days as it travels its way into the uterus. Now, during this journey, the cells will multiply, right? The embryo, as the cell is multiplying, it will get to a point where those cells, the embryo itself, begin to transform into something else. I will not give you all those details, but just enough information for you to understand what is going on inside of you. So by the time you go knock tonight and belly enter, you know it did happen. All right. So these cells multiply, the embryo transforms, right? And it prepares for one critical moment. One critical moment. And what is that moment? The implantation moment. The star boy of the event, right? Thank you very much, Martha. I appreciate you. Right? Implantation is the star boy of the event. That is why the same way you have fertile window, the same way you have implantation window. That nothing must go wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? Who understands anything? Who understands anything? If you are here, you understand something, just talk to me. Okay, I think typing is hard. Just look for thumbs up. Just drop a thumbs up. I know that you are there. Right? If you understand anything, just give me a thumbs up. Right? Now, the reason why we say implantation is the star boy of the event is because until implantation happens, right? All right, I think I like that. You should clock it. I think I like that. All right. So I was saying that until implantation happens, pregnancy hormone will remain low. Listen, I said it will remain low. Keep that information at the back of your mind. And the uterus, until implantation happens, has not officially accepted the embryo. It may have gotten there, but until it digs its way into the wall of the uterus, it is not an official. It is not an official journey of pregnancy, right? Now, the embryo, when it finally reaches the uterine lining, right? See why your uterine lining is so much of interest. You take guava leaves for pregnancy. Wow, was it successful? Mariam, was it successful? If it's successful, good, because we want everybody to be pregnant, right? So I was saying that when the embryo finally reaches the uterine lining, a few things must happen. And I want you to imagine this carefully, right? First of all, the uterine lining is not an empty space, right? It's not an empty space. The uterine lining is a thick, right, layer of the uterus. The inner wall of the uterus is thickened. That thickness is rich in blood vessels, and all that blood vessels, nutrients, mucus that is gathering there is all orchestrated by hormones. It has rich hormonal support. So now the embryo has gotten there, it must attach itself to the uterine lining. That's the first thing. It must attach itself to the uterine lining. After it attaches itself, the next thing it must do, right? It must burrow. Let me not use big word. It must dig itself. Can you see what's going on? Next time you test positive and you say, oh, I'm pregnant, this is what happened before you were able to. Mr. Tabs is here. Hello, Mr. Tabs. You're welcome. How was your day? So the next time you discover you are pregnant, these are the things that happened, right? The embryo attaches itself to the wall. After attaching, it now begins another event of digging its way into the wall of the uterus. And that process of digging, implanting itself into the wall of the uterus, what it's doing is it connects itself to maternal blood supply, right? That's smart, because that's where nourishment is, right? Now, when this digging is happening, remember there are already blood vessels there. So as the embryo is digging itself into those tiny blood vessels that are there will be broken, right? They will be broken, and this disturbance will produce light spotting, right? It will produce light spotting, and this light spotting is what people call implantation bleeding. Is there anybody up until this point you don't understand what implantation bleeding is? talk to me in the comment section. If you understand, clock it, like Martha would say. I like things that women do. Women always want to make things fashionable. So clock it. It used to be thumbs up, but no, let's clock it. So if you understood anything I just said, clock it. Right? Okay, I think Aja Risho, I think we talked about your case before, right? We talked about your case before. I wish you were. Anyway, go to the YouTube channel. It's there. It's going live every 10 p.m. Every 10 p.m. All these things. You just go to check my name on YouTube, Dr. Godwin EMB. 10 p.m. every day. You'll catch something there. We've talked about this before, and all the past live stream is playing in the YouTube channel. Just go and knock yourself out. And if you still have any concern, you can DM me. Okay, you are the only person I've given express permission to DM me for free. Anybody else will pay. All right. And that's what, some people can be very persistent, right? That's what faith is. You have a concern, you have an issue, and you are believing for a solution. What do? You become persistent, right? So that's what our faith has done. All right. But you must watch those videos first. Then if you don't understand, come back. You will conceive, don't worry. Just follow. Is that okay? All right, so let's move on to the next thing. This is where people get the whole gist wrong about spotting and implantation bleeding, because not every spotting episode is implantation. I'll say it again. Let it soak. Not every spotting is implantation bleeding. You are single and you want to conceive. How will that happen? I guess it can happen. So do you have a partner and you are knocking waiting no good? If you are knocking waiting no good, you will conceive. Just carry on. If you desire to be pregnant, go ahead. Knock waiting no good and you'll be pregnant. Is that okay? So just to clear the confusion, right? Not every spotting episode is implantation bleeding. Is that okay? If you understood that one sentence, clock it in the comment section for me. I like that. Who understood what I just said? Who understood that? Now, we already know how implantation bleeding came about. And I'm telling you that not every spotting is implantation bleeding. Can you clock it? Alida, thank you very much. And the reverse is also the case. Not every implantation causes spotting. So you can have implantation, but there's no implantation bleeding. So it does not mean that every time there's implantation, you must see bleeding. No, ma, or no, sir. All right. So this is critical for you to understand, because when you're on social media, they've created this idea that spotting is equal to pregnancy. No, it's not. It's not so. It's not so. Biology is more than just this height. It's more than that, right? So let's take a quick dive again and see what implantation spotting would resemble, right? What does it look like? Implantation spotting. What does it look like? Right? Now, when implantation spotting occurs, it it's often light. Yeah, just if you're taking notes, just take note. It's light, it's brief, it's pink or brownish. And if you were here when I was talking about menstrual blood, you can have an idea why these colors, right? Or if you were not here, just go to my YouTube channel. All the videos will be playing there back to back every 10 p.m. every day. So go and catch up. Is that okay? And make sure you subscribe to me, right? Subscribe to me in the YouTube channel. Right, so it often will be either pink or brownish in appearance, and it is not heavy like menstrual flow, right? You know, the moment I said brownish, somebody just like, why brownish? Why brown? Now, that is why you need to follow me. If you mix, yours is pink. Have you tested positive pregnancy? Okay, you said you started bleeding. Anyway, just keep listening. All right, so why brownish is because the blood is usually small in quantity, right? It's not heavy. Because of same reason, it exits slowly, right? It exits slowly, and in that slow flow, the time lag, oxidation would have taken place. I explained all this in the menstrual bleeding video, so you want to catch up on that. So that small quantity, slow flow, the time it takes to come out, that's all put together is what will cause it to appear brownish. Because of oxidation, the blood would have been broken down before it eventually come out. Is that okay? So that is what it is. This is not it's actually a tiny disruption of vessels. It's not endometrial shedding like your menstrual flow would be. Is that okay? Now, do you know, most people have actually heard complain about this. They mistake implantation for period, and you will not blame them, right? It's largely because of the timing. Implantation often happen around the same time a period is expected. So you're just almost about the same time. You're just like, whoa, is this my period that is coming, right? So the body enters that confusion overlap, which is not out of place, right? So what you have there is hormonal changes, premenstrual sensation like you would, then spotting. Everything just feels uncertain. You don't know what is going on. This is not looking like the menstrual bleeding. I don't know what's happening with why is it not coming properly? Madam, calm down. Right? Spotting is not a diagnosis. It's not a diagnosis, it's just a symptom. Right? Diagnosis would mean that there is not a definitive problem that was diagnosed, right? A symptom is just a sign, a notification, right? And in biology, spotting can come from many different mechanisms, but I'm concerned more with the implantation bleeding because I've taught you how to get pregnant. So now when the pregnancy comes and you are seeing implantation bleeding, do not be confused. But know when spotting is not implantation. Yeah, and this is very important because many of the causes, right, of spotting would mimic implantation bleeding, right? For example, hormonal fluctuations, for example, right? Small hormonal shifts can actually destabilize your uterine lining. And of course, we know why there can be hormonal shifts. We already know, I talked about that, right? But I want to be specific. Good evening, Queen Love is here. So these small hormonal shifts that can disturb or destabilize the lining. I'm all right, I'm doing well, good to see you. The small hormonal shifts, you could have low progesterone, which is a problem on its own, or ovulation irregularities. So these are the kind of shifts that can happen, low progesterone or irregular ovulation, and it will result to light spotting before a period. This is not implantation bleeding, right? Now, hormonal fluctuation can cause spotting. Ovulation spotting. Now, some people bleed lightly during ovulation itself. Why? Why does that happen? If that is your case, why? Why is it happening? Because of sudden hormonal shift again. Right? And what can cause hormonal shift? Stress, lack of sleep, right? And some of the things we've talked about, especially stress and lack of sleep. And I'm asking you, why are you not sleeping? When will you start sleeping? How much do you have to pay? Queen Pecky, I see you. If you're just joining, you're welcome. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. A quick one. If you're trying to conceive, make sure you go to my bio and download this book, The Preconception Blueprint. It's a practical fertility guide, right? That will guide you in what you should know, do, and how you should do it, right? Towards your fertility. And I give you 6 months. 6 months. Because of course I will be monitoring. I know when you downloaded it, and I'm going to be following you back to back. 6 months. Then we'll know whether there's more problem, or it's you that is not doing what we ask you to do. My rock is here. Hello, Vicky. Queen Love, that's expected now. Depend on your stage of pregnancy. Is that okay? So just go to your midwife. But when it comes to pregnancy, I don't think that is out of place. Is that okay? All right, where was I? So I was saying that some people bleed lightly during ovulation itself, and the question is, why does that happen? That can happen due to sudden shifts, and sudden shift can be as a result of stress, chronic stress, sleep, among other things. So I'm asking you, why are you not sleeping? Christy LaBelle is here. Hydrosalpins. I'll answer that question when I'm handling the Q&A. So just stay tuned. Q&A, I'll answer the question. Right? And also, you could have follicular rupture. When you have follicular rupture, it's usually would amount to that ovulation spotting, right? Usually you find that somewhere in the mid-cycle, right? Brief and light, right? So calm down. All right, so where was I? So the reason for spotting that is not implantation bleeding, that's what I was talking about. So the third one is stress-related spotting. Stress-related spotting. And I see that a lot in these, my dearest, hardworking, hustling women, right? They hustle. Right? Because one of the things you need to understand is that stress affects the message that comes from your brain to your uterus, right? That's number one. Stress, your body cope with stress by releasing cortisol, right? And cortisol levels go up when you are stressed. And the moment cortisol level goes up, fertility hormones goes down. It suppresses it, right? And the stress also will cause progesterone instability, right? I'll answer those questions when it's time. Just relax, right? So, and sometimes the lining, uterine lining, will respond to this stress by breaking down slightly. You see why you should not be stressed as a woman, right? When you are stressed, these are the kind of things that happen, and your body responds. It's not out of place. It's biology. So the next time the confusion hits you, these are the reasons why you can actually have spotting, and yet that spotting is not implantation bleeding. Coffee. As for me, I'm tired. Coffee. If I don't want to see that. I don't want to see your comment again. You have not reached the 6 months target I gave you, and you're already tired. Madam, be careful with me. Your 6 months never reach. You never complete 1 month. So calm down, right? So please calm down. That's the problem. Don't pack your bags yet. Do not be frustrated. What you need is real information. And as far as I know, you just began getting that information. So you cannot be tired when you just started receiving information. So calm down. Right? All right. So there's also the aspect of cervical sensitivity, right? The cervix, in case you don't know, I'm telling you now. The cervix contain fragile blood vessels, right? So there are things that can affect those blood vessels to break down, or to just cause slight bleeding. Sex can cause it, right? When you knock with no good, and you see slight spotting. Don't worry, nothing happened. Na knocking, vigorous knocking, that's one. Infection can also cause that spotting, or certain irritations can trigger that light spotting. So all these things can cause spotting, and the spotting may not be implantation bleeding. Is that okay? Now, one important thing that matters. Ray, you are not in any position. Go and download this book, and I give you 6 months. Go and download it. 6 months. Then when we are done, we'll come back and say, okay, we are tired. Let's now hand you over to God, right? Because the problem largely is ignorance. Is that okay? Go to my bio, tap the link, download that book. All right. Go to my bio. There's a link in my bio. Tap it. It will take you to my digital store. The first thing there is the book. Tap on it, download it. All right. So early pregnancy problems, right? And this part matters greatly. Yeah, it matters because not all pregnancy spotting is harmless. That's why I love, one of the confidence I have with women, the smallest thing that touch them, even if it's mosquito that bite them, things swell up, they'll come and meet the doctor, see this place, it don't swell up. That's how women be. They are not like men. Men, even if snake bite them, they'll hold the thing until they don't feel walk out again. But women, I love those people. They can complain for Africa. So I was saying that not all pregnancy spotting is harmless, right? Bleeding in early pregnancy can also happen. Where there is a threatened miscarriage, right? So bleeding in pregnancy can happen in threatened miscarriage. It can happen where there is ectopic pregnancy, which is why where there is persistent or painful bleeding, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it, right? Don't ignore it. All right. If you were here a few episodes ago, we talked about the role of progesterone. The video is already there in my YouTube channel. Just go there, search it. Progesterone, it will come up, right? Do you know that progesterone is like the hidden stabilizer of pregnancy, right? After ovulation happens, when the egg is released, whatever remains comes together and form what we call corpus luteum. That corpus luteum produces progesterone, right? And that will lead to the rise of progesterone levels. And the uterine wall, because of progesterone, will be stabilized and also become enriched, right? Now, if progesterone is weak, the lining becomes unstable. That uterine wall becomes unstable, and spotting becomes very likely. So that is why if you are pregnant and you're seeing some spotting or some level of bleeding, the medication they give you is actually progesterone in itself. So it's not rocket science, right? It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. So everything I just mentioned are the reasons why some people spot repeatedly before their periods or during very early pregnancy. It's just simple biology. So when you understand that, you know when to panic and when to see your doctor, right? When it comes to implantation, it's a delicate process, which I've explained before. It's a delicate process. You know that there are some people that fertilization occurred, but there was no implantation. So you hear something like chemical pregnancy. Have you heard that before? Don't worry, I'll talk about that one of these days in details, right? So you want to think about what implantation really is. And like I mentioned earlier, that tiny microscopic Vimbai, I see you, you're welcome. You don't feel anything like what? So like I said earlier, that embryo invades the wall of the uterus, dig its way, it connects with blood vessels, trying to establish life. That's basically what happens during implantation. And it's one of the most biologically fragile aspects of conception in the moment of human development. And most of it happens completely silent. These are not things you see sign in your body that, oh, implantation. No, you don't see those things. You don't feel any sign or drama. And that's the reason why, if you rely solely on spotting, right, to confirm pregnancy, is very unreliable, because you now don't know, is this spotting because of hormonal instability, or because of knacking too much, or because of stress, or all this kind of. So you cannot use that. AI Big Sister is here. Hello, AI Joy. You're welcome. Right? So far, we've talked about implantation bleeding and spotting. You now know what they are. With respect to pregnancy, good evening, AI Big Sister. How is your day? Right? What actually happens, or what actually confirms pregnancy? Since we cannot now reliably say spotting, it can help us to know that. We cannot reliably say so. Spotting would not, right? And symptoms may not necessarily mean that you are pregnant, because some people have symptoms of pregnancy and they are not pregnant, right? The real confirmation for pregnancy comes from these three things that I'm going to tell you, right? It comes from pregnancy hormone production. And pregnancy hormone begins to produce, or begins to go up in levels after implantation, right? That's one. Number two, confirmation of pregnancy is when you now go for pregnancy testing. Like I always say, personally, my personal opinion, I prefer the blood testing than the urine testing you do at home. Why? Because the pregnancy hormone appears first in your blood before your kidneys can clear it into the urine, right? So I would rather go to the source than wait for second-hand information. Then the third confirmation that there is pregnancy is when we start seeing your belly the come side, right? Pregnancy can only happen when implantation succeeds. No implantation, no pregnancy. Because it's when implantation happens, that's when the hormones will start increasing in levels significantly, right? So implantation is key. The same way we have the fertile window, is the same way we have implantation window, right? So one of these days I will return back that gist, but for now, just have that information at the back of your mind. But up until this point, do you understand anything? Is there somebody here you're understanding something? Talk to me in the comment section. Just if you're understanding anything, just clock it, like Martha would say. Just clock it for me. If you understand anything, just clock it. And if you are just joining and you're trying to conceive, make sure you go and read the book, The Implantation, the Preconception Blueprint. You'll find it in my bio. There's a link there. Tap on it, download it, study it. It is a book that you do practically, right? If you see in the book, on Monday, go and knock. On Monday, knock. If you see in the book, on Tuesday, drink plenty water. On Tuesday, drink plenty water. That is why it is called a practical guide. It is not much, just 135 pages. Download it, give it to everybody that is trying to conceive. But I'm going to be following up on only those who download it. So I'm seeing your name. I know when you downloaded it. So after 3 months, I'll come and ask you, Sister Alpha. I will score you because this year will carry on. I'm telling you. They say to become pregnant, don't become by force. Yes, it's by force. So long as if you don't want it by force, don't come to my live stream. This is for people trying to conceive. So if you don't want, we will push you. You go get belay by force. Anyway, but it's serious. Like, I'm sounding as a joke, but it's serious because one of the things you don't want to wish anybody is infertility. There's so much emotion that is drained in it. There's too much energy. Your relationship are strained. Money is lost. So you don't want to wish anybody anything, right? And sometimes when we talk like this, just to lighten the mood, because you don't know what people are going through. People are going through a lot, and you may never know. I know because I hear it every day, right? So that's why we want to bring people out of that kind of situation. Is that okay? So go and download the book if you're trying to conceive. And if you have a family member, download it and send it to them. And tell them this book, the only condition for reading it is read and knack. Read and knack. This book is for knackers. Read and knack, right? All right, let's go back to the sporting gist. There's the emotional side of this whole sporting, right? Do you know that sporting creates emotional turbulence? Because it's actually more like it's sitting in between possibilities, right? You don't know what it is. Is this implantation? Am I pregnant? Or it's something that is wrong with me, right? Because it can mean nothing serious. Yeah. It can mean hormonal fluctuation. It can mean implantation, which that's what we are looking for, right? It can also mean early pregnancy changes, the confusion that comes with early pregnancy. So it sits between possibilities, and it can affect the emotions of those who experience it. So this emotional exhaustion that comes from it is concerning. Is that okay? Especially during your fertility journey, for those that are TTC, trying to conceive, right? Now you are seeing sporting. You don't know whether it's the usual menstruation that is coming now or it's not. And if it's not the usual menstruation and it's not pregnancy, oh doctor, why am I sporting? So it causes a lot of confusion. That's the emotional side of the gist. Yeah. But now that you know, you begin to tackle the matter from a place of understanding, right? All right. If you are just joining, you're welcome. If you're trying to conceive, I would advise you to follow me, and make sure you also subscribe to me in the YouTube channel. Subscribe. There's so much information you'll see there. Information on ovulation, information on pregnancy. For those that are already pregnant, there is a video there on expected due date, EDD. I was watching it today and I was just thinking about you, right? Somebody said yesterday is when you saw your period. Don't worry. Wait, you wait the talk safe. This week. Today is what? Today is Tuesday. Between last week and now, how many times have you knocked? Okay, I did love you are following me. You are following me. Talk to me. You that is talking, you that is crying. Yeah, between last week and now, how many times have you knocked? Let us start from there. Where is my Oraimo code? Let's start from there. I'm waiting for your answer. Before we you say many times. I don't believe you. That many, I don't believe you. Now the reason is because, number one, I know some of you have irregular menstruation. I talked about all these things, but don't worry, we'll go back to them again over and over until everybody catch up, right? The most important thing, regardless whether you have regular menstruation or irregular menstruation, the most important thing in this whole gist is that sperm must meet egg. Full stop. So if you are not knacking, how is that going to happen in the first place? So that's why anytime you come to the live stream and you hear me say, go and knock, it's not just for, of course, to enjoy your life, yes, but also to help us achieve the results. I want to hear more testimonies, right? I want to hear more testimonies of those who are positive for pregnancy, and I'm waiting for yours. It's going to happen this year. Right? So, what you should actually do with respect to this implantation bleeding or spotting, right? Amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. It will happen. It will happen. So, not waiting no good. Rest a lot. Eat good food. Manage your stress. Nothing should stress you. Exercise where necessary. Right? Even the knack itself na exercise. Right? So, take advantage of what you have. And if you have any medical condition that needs to be treated, we can guide you. And please respond. When we say go for such and such a thing, right? Please do it. There are some drugs that are not over-the-counter drugs. You actually need to go to the doctor for prescription, right? So do what we ask you to do. Rock, go and download the book or the information on what you should eat, what you should do, and all these things I'm saying, they're already in that book, right? Download it. Go to the link in my bio, right? Download the book, the preconception blueprint. Download it. Your body don't used to stay one place. I come for counseling. Oh, Akua Otiwa is here. Good evening. So I was saying that what you should actually do is, instead of over-interpreting every spotting of blood that you see, right? I want you to observe the timing. Observe the color. I will not mention it again because some of you now hate agree here one. What you should do is observe the timing, observe the color, observe the duration, and if there is any symptom that is associated to this spotting, observe it, right? So these are the kind of things that when you are speaking with your doctor, it will help them help you fast, right? But you should seek evaluation from your clinic if spotting is heavy, if it's painful, right? If it's persistent. Spotting should not be persistent, but if it's persistent, seek evaluation. And if it's recurrent, every cycle, seek evaluation, because patterns matter. That's why you should take note of these things I mentioned earlier. Patterns matter more than just one momentary event, right? So it's important to take note. So do not be angry at sporting. Do not be confused with sporting. Sporting is not just, it's actually not, your body is not betraying you, right? It's actually a biological information. It's a notification that something is up. And it can be one of these many things I mentioned tonight. So sometimes it can be harmless. Sometimes it's very meaningful information it's giving you. And sometimes very important for you to take note. But in the long run, what you need to do, like the details I've given you, is to understand sporting from the context, right? From its context, not just from the place of fear, apprehensive. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Calm down. That's why I'm spending 1 hour plus explaining it to you, right? So long story short, let's answer 1 or 2 questions, right? Implantation is one of the quickest miracles in biology. Oh boy. And I'm thinking about you that is going to get pregnant pretty soon, right? It's not just quick in that moment. It is also quiet. You don't even know that it's happening, right? No fireworks, no drama, right? Just what is happening at the level of the cells. And sometimes the only visible trace you may see, it doesn't happen in everybody. The only visible trace you may see is just few drops of blood that confuses almost everybody. You don't know whether this one is implantation bleeding or is spotting, but I've differentiated it so you know now, right? So it's not all about what spotting is why spotting happens. Why does spotting happen? And if you can understand anything I've said today, you've solved the problem. That changes the way you see it completely. So I'm sure you understood something. You're more knowledgeable tonight, right? Congratulations. So if you are trying to conceive, I'm sure this information will help you, right? And also go and download the book. It's going to help you. Go to the YouTube channel. As if you are already pregnant, there's some information there you need to watch. And if you are trying to conceive, go and search anything of your concern on my profile. The video will come up and it's going to help you. So do that and help yourself.